A Christmas carol begins on a chilly Christmas Eve in London. Ebenezer Scrooge, an elderly moneylender and miser, despises Christmas and all things that bring joy to others. He is shown to be a greedy, stingy, and cold-hearted man. He declines an invitation to dinner from his nephew, Fred. He turns away two men who seek donations to help the poor, and he grudgingly allows Bob Cratchit, his overworked and underpaid clerk, a day off for Christmas, only to conform to social norms. That night, the ghost of Jacob Marley, his long-deceased business partner, visits Scrooge at home. Marley is burdened by heavy chains and money boxes, symbolizing a lifetime of greed and selfishness. Marley warns Scrooge to change his ways or suffer a terrible fate in the afterlife. He will be visited by three spirits and must heed their messages, or he'll suffer even greater chains of his own. The first spirit, the ghost of Christmas past, takes him back to his childhood and early adult life. These memories show his lonely childhood at boarding school, his beloved sister Fan, the long-dead mother of Fred, and a joyful Christmas party hosted by his first employer, Mr. Fezziwig, who treated him like a son. Scrooge is also shown the painful moment when his fiancée, Belle, ends their relationship due to his growing obsession with moneylending and constant neglect. Overwhelmed, Scrooge demands that the ghost take him away from the scene. The second spirit, the ghost of Christmas present, takes Scrooge to scenes of current Christmas festivities, including the modest but warm Christmas celebration at the home of Bob Cratchit. Scrooge is touched by the sight of Bob Cratchit's son, Tiny Tim, who is very ill but full of life and kindness. The spirit warns Scrooge that Tiny Tim's life will end soon unless things change. Before vanishing, the spirit reveals two sorrowful children named Ignorance and Want. He tells Scrooge to beware of the former above all. The third spirit, the ghost of Christmas yet to come, reveals to Scrooge visions of the future. The silent spirit shows the funeral of a disliked man, attended only by local businessmen who come due to the free lunch. The man's cleaning lady, laundress, and the local undertaker steal his belongings to sell to a fence. When Scrooge asks if anyone cares about this man's death, he's only shown a poor couple rejoicing, as the man's death gives them time to sort out their finances. When Scrooge asks if anyone cares about any death, the ghost shows him Bob Cratchit and his family grieving the loss of Tiny Tim. Finally, the ghost reveals the neglected grave of the unloved man, with the tombstone bearing Scrooge's name. These visions shake him to the core. Scrooge vows to change his ways. On Christmas morning, Scrooge wakes up a changed man. He immediately sets about making amends. He donates generously to the charity he had previously rejected, anonymously sends a large turkey to the Cratchit home, and spends the afternoon at Fred's Christmas party, treating everyone with kindness. The next day, he raises Bob Cratchit's pay and also becomes a father figure to Tiny Tim. From that point on, Scrooge treats everyone with kindness, generosity, and compassion, embracing the true spirit of Christmas.